Hey everyone. So I'll start with the use case, what I'm gonna present about. So I am talking about two of my passion projects which I'm working right now. So this you see this Deskmate. This is more of a remote cloud which I started in November. And of course, we know what happened after that. Open cloud was dropped. So and this again happened. Was that your open cloud? Okay. Okay. So, and that's how I started. So, what I want to showcase here is that this is where I started with, but this is not what I landed on. What I landed on is so what I am working right now on, and what I landed up is Riva, which is more of the observability layer. So, what I wanted to showcase here is like if you think, and this technically applies to all the remote agent you have been working on, that hey, whenever there is an agent and working on your machine and you're working autonomously on that, like how do you control it or how do you know what's actually it's doing? And thank you for the survey before that. I think a lot of the questions on the survey are who is using local agents. We see a lot of the hands up. Who is using or leaving those for more than 30 hours or 30 minutes, sorry. And we have a lot of hands up on that. But the question there is now that, hey, whenever I am maybe running an agent and it is trying to interact with your system and it is doing something, and this is a very simple question about your battery status, which I've asked, and it should be able to do that. But what goes on in the background? Like, how do I keep a track of what's happening? And that's where this a project which I'm working on right now is like in terms of the observability comes in the picture. So you can imagine all these agents are running on my box right now. There are a bunch of Claude code, there's OpenAI running, there's GitHub Copilot. But what I want to make sure that I can go somewhere and see, hey, what all they are doing. Is there any network issues which I should be aware of? And if you see, if I just say hello, here it tells you that, hey, there is an ingress happening on this machine right now for this Claude code. And then you can also see like when it stops. So those aspects which you can keep a track of, along with that also tells you like how you have configured your agents locally. Do they have access to something which they should not have? Do they have 700 or 7xx in permission on your folders, which you didn't mean to? Because you should, like, I think we all know that OpenCloud is good, for example, but the defaults are not that great. You have to make sure they're configured in a very secure way to even proceed. To like, at least that's my personal opinion, that I love OpenCloud from that perspective. It can do things, but I'm not yet confident that it'll do it in a better way. And this is giving an example of eventually.
1 minute. 1 minute.
One more minute, okay. And this is where I'll just quickly show. Maybe you can go through this, and this is how I'm defining forensics here as well. That the underlying story here is like there are tools which can give you traces. You have htop which can tell you what work process is running. But what I'm trying to do here is to have that single pane of visibility where you can go and see when you interacted with your agent, what did it started to do, right from the reasoning, what process it touched on your local box. So go through that forensic, and eventually how you can share these forensics between each of the agents so that they can do a better job. So that's where I'll stop. This is an open source project, so collaborate. Like, looking for contributors. Feel free to go on the website and start coding it. Thank you so much.